Siemano, tutaj Rawson z kanału RafsonGames i witam was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z gry Borderlands 2. Moi drodzy, w poprzednim odcinku byliśmy w czeluści w czcicieli, a dzisiaj będziemy w jadłodajnym jarze. Czyli będziemy się brali za kolejny dodatek o nazwie The Horrible Hunger of Ravenous Wattle Gobbler. Nie wiem, czy ja dobrze to przeczytałem, ale nieważne. Dobra, lecimy. Gluttony Glitch. Czy tam Gulch? Okej, co tym razem? Udaje się do kryjówki. Aha, to już nie, dobra, nieważne. A, Tourge.
Tonight, we're gonna watch the Vault Hunter take on the Ravenous Wattle Gobbler!
Okej, pokaż bilet na widowisko. Dobra. No mi też miło.
Finally be able to defeat the unbeatable, the delicious, the Ravenous Wattle Gobbler! Let's find out!
Czy to jest jakaś kolejna arena? Nie wiem, zobaczymy. No tutaj też nic nie ma ciekawego ogólnie. W wszystkich skrzynkach, szafkach i tak dalej, więc... No właśnie. Dobra, to jazda.
Interviewing the only Tourga contestant to survive a showdown with the Gobbler! Question time! How are you doing? What's your favorite color? Did you ever see that one movie about the dog that played basketball? When did you have your first kiss? Did you ever see the sequel to the dog basketball movie where the dog went to space? And if so, which of the two do you prefer? Awesome! Another question. How do you feel about my facial hair? Thank you! How do you feel about the Vault Hunter's chances against the Ravenous Wattle Gobbler? Will they win? Will they die? Your thoughts! You don't sound confident! Further questions! Who is the most attractive person on Pandora?
Tourge?
That's an awful thing to say! Ellie's like a 10! Try expanding your definition of beauty, you chump! No! I'm done talking to you! Your grasp on body politics is lacking at best! Oh! Looks like
Ajajaj.
we'll be right back
That's hurt.
from our sponsor!
Pomów z Tourge'em. Okej.
Hey! Get over here so I can whisper some things to you in secret!
No. Idę za tobą.
The Gobbler fight is rigged. The Tourga board of directors made the Gobbler unbeatable, so it'd eat all the contestants and get us a bunch of hits on the EchoNet. But I don't want you to die, cause you're cool, and oh crap, I'm not whispering anymore, my bad! You gotta get into the kitchen, kill everybody, and poison the Gobbler's food. Once the poison takes effect, you can kill him. Also, I want him dead so I can eat him! He looks delicious!
Okej. To już wszystko jasne. Otwórz żarłocznego Gulgota.
And we're back! The Vault Hunter's in the kitchen, but today there's a new item on the menu. Murder! Vault Hunter, kill the chefs!
Dobra. Lecimy z nimi. No na razie nic ciekawego. Rzeźnik jakiś tutaj jest. Zabity, szybko. Tutaj mamy typa, jakiegoś kucharza. łatwo zostanie zabity. O właśnie.
Time spent here, president of the Tourga Corporation. You do well to ignore Tourga's instructions. To stay alive.
With the chef's dead, we can prepare our own meal for the Gobbler! Get to the freezer!
Idź do chłodni, zdobądź mięso z kagów. Okej. Ale tutaj mamy jeszcze iridium, o właśnie. No słabe rzeczy. Dobra, lecimy dalej.
Damn, that door's locked! Let me activate my remote lockpicking program!
Okej.
We do not allow contestants in the meat locker. Leave at once.
We gotta choose some meat for the Gobbler's meal. Tug on the tastiest looking scab corpses. This is totally gonna get me fired, and I don't care!
Dobra, mamy jedno. Weź te wszystkie wieżyczki. Dobra, sorry wielkie. Musiałem coś zrobić. O! Nie wiedziałem, że mogę tutaj zginąć przez maszynę. Okej.
Greetings, clone of the recently deceased.
Okej.
User endeavor.
Skąd się tutaj znalazłeś, chłopie? Powiedz mi. Okej, teraz można tutaj pójść. A ty cholera.
Tributes, get the Vault Hunter out of my kitchen.
William Czerwoda. Co ty tutaj robisz, chłopie? Dobra. No to teraz trzeba się dostać na górę, nie?
Those dudes didn't stand a chance! You almost feel bad for them, but then you start laughing because you were technically acting in self-defense, so screw them! Violence doesn't solve anything except for all the things it does! Now to grind up the meat, get to the kitchen!
Okej.
Tourga, as president, I demand to know why the hell the Vault Hunter is running around backstage.
Just trying to mix things up!
Your job is not to mix things up. Your job is to flex your muscles into air guitar solos, idiot.
Words can hurt!
No, ogólnie Tourge jest taki, wiecie, redpillowy, nie? W sensie taki, wiesz, że się nie przejmuje krytyką innych, że robi swoje, nie? Żeby pracować na swój sukces. Także... Okej, idziemy na górę. Drabinką, oczywiście.
Grinding!
Teraz będę mógł to zrobić w końcu. O właśnie. Jeszcze raz. I jeszcze raz zmiel to mięso.
Delicious! We're nearly done preparing the Gobbler's meal! With the meat prepared, we only need one more ingredient. Deadly poison! Head to the stabber jabber nests!
Czyli tutaj, okej. Na dół trzeba iść.
So I'm actually going to open this door remotely without blowing it up!
Albo i nie. Dziś się tutaj otworzyły te drzwi, czy nie? Bo ja już nie wiem. A, tutaj się otworzyły. Okej, nieważne.
You know you're following an idiot, yes? Tourga created his explosive gun tech, then sold it to us for $12 and a high five. We kept him on purely for PR reasons. But you've both outlived your usefulness. Tribute? Kill.
O Jezus Maria.
When God closes a door, I blow it the up!
Sorry wielkie, znowu musiałem zatrzymać nagranie. Także lecimy.
Weapon on the way.
Okej. Znajdź gniazda os kolczych. Okej. Czy gdzieś w tym miejscu będziemy mieli to gniazdo?
Has to wake 'em up.
Obudź osy kolcze. Nie wiem, pod V? Tak.
Now slide the jammer.
No dobra.
Kill it before the slag wears off.
Aha, i za pomocą tego... czegoś takiego muszę tutaj rozwalić, tak? Dobra, rozwalamy je.
One more turret kill!
Dobra.
A single slag jammer clip would be enough to kill a monster the size of a planet. So get a few more.
W sensie, tak naprawdę nie wiedziałem, że trzeba tutaj zezgorzelić te osy. A tak wiecie, tak po prostu wyjąłem ten pistolet i tyle, nie? Także... Dobra, jeszcze tutaj kilka os do rozwalenia zostało mi.
Grabbing glands. I want the monster full of poison because poison is spicy and spicy food is like an explosion before your mouth.
Dobra, rozwalamy tutaj i powoli wychodzimy stąd.
You got all the glands. Now pop them into the Gobbler's dinner and you'll be ready to fight him.
Why do you insist on being a moron, Tourga? This is why you lost a controlling share of your own company. I knew I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Dobra, z łatwością. Zatrój sos. Okej, czyli idziemy tam, gdzie byliśmy wcześniej. Czy mamy tutaj wszystko odkryte? No, oprócz tego miejsca, tak? Dobra.
Now add the poison glands to the marination vat.
Zatrój.
Button to marinate the out of that meal.
Teraz mogę tutaj kliknąć przycisk. Dobra.
Meal's almost ready. Let's get cooking. Start the conveyor of cookery.
Włącz piekarnik w tym miejscu.
That's it. You've gone off.
Aha, muszę tutaj przetrwać, tak? Dobra.
Cancelled. Chefs, shut down that oven.
We can't stop now.
Dropping
Protect
sentry.
the oven. I swear by my abdominal muscles, I will eat the ravenous Wattle.
Score one bogey!
Just or I'll switch it off.
Na razie jest łatwo.
I want that oven shut down. I want the motor.
O, małe gówniaki też się pojawiają, widzę. Dobra.
The oven's off.
Fuck you.
Head home, Vault Hunter.
Jezus Maria, weźcie się typy, uspokójcie.
You gotta start the oven back up.
Dobra. Teraz już będzie tutaj chronić, ale więzłem znowu. Możecie mnie tutaj uwolnić, czy raczej nie chcecie tego zrobić?
Food's done. Go get it.
Wyjmij jedzenie z piekarnika. Dobra, tylko że muszę stąd wyjść. O, dobra, okej. Z góry muszę wyjąć to. Dobra.
My taste buds are aflame with the power of 1,000 nuclear bombs. My mouth is watering so
O,
much.
proszę bardzo.
A small village in my cheeks. The taste apocalypse is upon us.
Użyj wind.
If you kill that gobbler, Tourg, it'll be your last meal. The board of directors and I can guarantee that.
Czy ja mam użyć której windy? Aha. Dobra.
You know why we made the gobbler invincible?
Chyba jakiekolwiek windy, tak? No bo jest 4 graczy,
Attempts by other
a skoro jestem sam, no to mogę dowolnej windy użyć.
while wielding our most expensive
To już wszystko jasne.
look like a hero. Why be a hero when you can eat one? You are the dumbest person in the world. I paid several other contestants to kill you if the gobbler can't, Vault Hunter. You and Tourg will pay for your idiocy. Here comes the Ravenous Wattle Gobbler! We've replaced this creature's normal food
Fajny ptak.
poison. Let's see if he notices. He took the bait. Now just don't die until the poison takes effect.
Hey, stand in front of it!
Okej. To lecimy z tym ptaszyskiem.
Atta girl!
O! Dobra, poszło.
The poison's working. It's working.
Nice.
It's killable. Let the taste apocalypse begin.
Okej, zrobione.
This is your last chance, Tourg. Call this off, or you're out of the company. Whatever. I'll just work for Moxie and blow things up. Pro boner.
Okej, skoro myśmy już zakończyli misję, to trzeba pójść na dół. Okej. I mamy. No i git.
Wow!
Dobra.
Today, I'm thankful for big-ass monsters and the mercenaries who explode them. It almost brings a tear to your eye, but you hold back because you don't want to look like a wuss, but that's okay because real badasses cry too.
Dobra, mamy kolejną misję. Opowieść babci w Lexington.
My grandma's a pretty big fan of yours. Could you go say hi to her?
Okej.
Oh man, it's the Vault Hunter! You are awesome! Didn't you fight Terramorphous? I fought a big creature like that once. He was a big whale squid with 100 tentacles. You ever fought anything with tentacles? Oh, of course you have. Terramorphous had tentacles, how silly of me. Now, where was I?
I am so sorry.
Where are you going? Oh, never mind. You don't want to hear my story anyway.
A, Jezus Maria. Jeszcze raz.
My grandma's pretty. I am so sorry.
All right, the whale creature. His name was Blowhole the Apocalypse. I called him the Apocalypse for short. And he attacked my hometown of Tsunami's Edge when I was but a little girl. You ever been to Tsunami's Edge? Great town, nice beaches, great food, and the cost of living is just so low. Even being a single grandmother and working part-time at a scat meat processing factory, I was still able to provide for little Mr. Tourg. We may not have been able to afford the finer things in life, like food, but we got by. After all, Mr. Tourg and I didn't have anything but one another after that horrible gas leak blew up the iridium mine, killing my son and his lovely wife. From that day onward, my little Mr. Tourg vowed to conquer explosions themselves in an effort to avenge his fallen parents. And ah man, I forgot what I was talking about. Where was? Oh right, the Blowhole the Apocalypse. So anyway, I was wrestling Blowhole to the ground, and I had my bicep curled around his blueberry throat. Blueberry? Sorry, I meant to say blubbery. I've got blueberries on the brain, I guess. I grow them in my backyard. Mr. Tourg helped me plant them. Thanks again for that, grandson.
I love you, Grandma!
Anyway, I have my bicep around his blubbery throat, and Mr. Tourg starts crying because he really likes whale squids and he doesn't want to see me hurt one.
They are the princes of the ocean!
So I let the whale go after giving it a punch in the eyeball so he'll remember me, and it swam away into the ocean. And then I had Mr. Tourg drive me to the ice cream parlor. He got me Rocky Road, because Rocky Road's my favorite. I'm extremely partial to the way the marshmallows act like little landmines of flavor amidst the battleground of chocolate. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Is it pistachio? I bet it's pistachio. Oh, that reminds me! You'll never guess who I saw today! Pistachio the Amazing! He's a magician who studied under Crazy Earl, so he's got that weird mustache, you know, but I saw him make a rack hive disappear. A whole rack hive! I said to Mr. Tourg, Mr. Tourg, wasn't that amazing? And he said, yes, it was, Grandma. Didn't you say that high five? You remember saying that?
I remember, Grandma!
And we stood in line afterward and got his autograph, and I thought I had it somewhere around here, but it's probably in the attic. I really ought to go up there and clean it out one of these days. I have so many little keepsakes up there. You're paying attention, right? Say, what's my favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chyba ma laga. Wezmą.
Oh, that's your favorite flavor of ice cream.
I'm sorry, Grandma! I'm sorry! They don't remember your favorite flavor of ice cream!
I'm finished telling stories. I'm sorry I wasted your time!
Aha, znowu muszę to zrobić. Ja pierdolę, no to... Serio?
Could you go say hi to her?
Favorite flavor of ice cream.
Dobra, z żelkami i posypką bierzemy.
So you are listening, how wonderful. You're an even better listener than my old pet rack, Beasto. Beasto was such a sweetie. You ever had a pet rack? If you can tame them, they are the sweetest pet you'll ever have. He used to just sit on my shoulder and bite chunks of flesh out of my neck to pass the time. I still remember the way he used to tweet. He went, tweet, tweet. It was so cute. I had a conversation with him once. I said, Mr. Beasto. He liked being called Mr. Beasto. It made him feel like an aristocrat. I said, Mr. Beasto, you're looking very cute today. And he said, oh, thank you, that's so nice. Or he tweeted in a way that made me know that's how he felt. And then he lowered his little head like he was taking a bow. It was adorable. Beasto was my third pet rack. First I had Woody. He got hit by a train. Then I had Anita. She got shot up trying to take vengeance on the train that killed Woody. And then I found Beasto making little poops on the windmill outside our house. After Mr. Tourga and I wrestled her to the ground, I did a flying pile driver off a nearby tower tree. Got him straight in the spine and brought him down. We brought him in and fed him some skag steaks until he decided he loved us. I still miss Beasto sometimes. He just died of old age. Racks don't live much longer than a few years, but I treasured the time we had together. Poor Mr. Tourga. When Beasto died, he cried for a week. The kids made fun of him at school, but I told him not to pay them any mind.
Being in touch with your emotions is not a character flaw!
That's right, High Five. Is something wrong? You look confused, Vault Hunter. Oh, you probably haven't heard anyone call Mr. Tourga High Five before. The world may know him as Mr. Tourga, but the Flexingtons always refer to him using his middle name. It's a Flexington family tradition, after all, to use your grandfather or grandmother's name as your own middle name. And my husband, High Five Flexington, God rest his soul, was the best grandfather Mr. Tourga could have asked for before he passed. He taught Mr. Tourga dang near everything he knew about firearms. Without High Five's teachings, I don't think the Tourga Corporation would exist at all. Gosh, I still remember the first gun Mr. Tourga tried to make after his parents died. A Jacobs shotgun with a stick of dynamite attached to the barrel. Tourga nearly blew his face off, but he got up, dusted his mustache off, and swore that by the time he reached the age of 11, he would make a gun that fired explosions without killing the operator. And by golly, he did! It took a couple of dozen prototypes before he got the right combination of gun parts and explosives right. But once he did, woo-wee! I'll never forget the plume of smoke that used to be my neighbor's homestead. They were jerks though, so it's okay. Gosh, I've been talking your ear off for some time, haven't I? It's so kind of you to listen for this long. I've taken up too much of your time already. Please don't feel like you have to stick around any longer. As a matter of fact, take this for giving this old woman some
got so bored he shot himself in the foot. Just
Okej.
Woo!
why that comes to mind, right?
Co, i to tyle?
You're even more attractive than Mr. Tourga said you were.
Dobra. Opowieści babci Flexington, tryb ekstremalny.
I've got another story for you, but I'd like to tell it to all of your friends at once. An old lady like me has to save her voice, you know.
Zacznij słuchać.
Oh, you still want to talk with me? How incredibly sweet of you. Say, you'll never guess who I saw today. Captain Scarlet. She was one
Oh,
of my retirement home.
pamiętam ją.
And I recognized her from her wanted poster, and I said, oh, hey, you fought the Vault Hunter, didn't you? And she bowed all elegantly and said something like, indeed I did, madam, and said that you were really good at fighting and that you beat her fair and square. She didn't seem to harbor much of a grudge about it. Nice girl. You should think about meeting up with her again if you're not shacked up with anybody, you know? I mean, of course, you probably are. Gorgeous hunk of a Vault Hunter like you. I bet you're beating away suitors left and right. Look, you're blushing. Oh, I could just eat you up. Mr. Tourga was so scared of trying to get a date for such a long time. He used to go to parties in high school and just stand in the back without talking to anybody.
I am an introvert!
I tried to tell him, I said, don't worry about chasing love. If you chase your dreams, then love will follow. See, that's the thing people don't get. You watch Echo films and they're just awful. They teach you that the only way to be with someone is just to pursue them over and over until they decide they like you. In reality, you know when you like someone almost immediately. You can't really convince somebody to fall in love with you. You just look like a stalker. But if you do things that you're interested in, like making guns that explode or killing mercenaries, then people will see that confidence and skill you have and they'll be attracted to it. There's always a fine line between that kind of confidence and narcissism, you know? There's nothing worse than somebody who wants to be famous. I remember when Mr. Tourga first sold his weapons tech to that board of directors, he was pretty egocentric for a while, taking pictures of himself and posting them to the EchoNet all the time, trying to hobnob with every celebrity that used his weapons. He came back home one day with a supermodel under each arm, and I said, Mr. Tourga, what are you doing? You've lost sight of who you are. It's been weeks since you actually created a new gun, I said. And it was true. He'd been more obsessed with being well known for doing something great than with actually doing something great.
It was a dark point in my life.
Thankfully, High Five listened to me and got to work on what would eventually become the Kerblaster. You a fan of the Kerblaster? That was always my favorite. That and the Flacker, which I know a lot of people hate. But there's more to combat than just brute efficiency in this old lady's eyes. Style counts for something. And there's nothing quite like filling the air with tiny little explosions. It's like a fireworks show, except the deaths aren't as sad and unexpected. Actually, that reminds me, now that you're here, I wanted to throw some ideas at you for feedback. I'm a playwright in my spare time, and I'm trying to write a story about an up-and-coming tournament fighter who tries to find love in a gladiatorial arena. And I figure you've got a lot of experience, so your feedback could really be valuable. So the play is called Broken Hearts and Broken Necks. Scene 1. Fade in on an arena, just after a battle. Body parts litter the stage. A lone warrior stands in the middle of the stage. A spotlight illuminating her blood-stained armor. She stands, holding her sword triumphantly aloft. Valkyrie. Is there no warrior who can challenge me? Must I be destined to spend my life as the strongest, the bravest, the most invincible warrior this galaxy has seen? For I am Valkyrie, scourge of the gladiatorial games! Exit Valkyrie, as she shakes her head in despair. From stage left enter Noda, a janitor with a heavy heart and an even heavier conscience. He begins sweeping the body parts into a bin, which is colored green, and remember that because that's a symbolic color that will come back, until melancholy overtakes him. He drops his push broom to the floor and falls to his knees before delivering a heart-wrenching soliloquy. The blood cannot be washed away, not before and not now, even as I attempt to escape the past which haunts me still. Must I live forever as a fraud, sweeping up the trash of others to hide my shame and avoid my pursuers? Must I forever remain on the periphery of joyful combat, ever watchful but never participating? The clatter of armor, Valkyrie re-enters the stage right. Good morrow, lowly janitor. I heard a noise and thought it worth investigating. Oh, great Valkyrie, 'twas nothing but the wails of those souls you released from their bodies tonight. Souls that wail in agony as they fly upward to Valhalla. Fools! What have they to wail about? Their agonies are over, ended at the point of my sword. Mine, however, have only yet begun. For it is lonely at the top, and an unchallenged life is a boring one. No done, aside. If only I were able to tell her my true identity, I would give her a fight she would not soon forget. Back to Valkyrie. Yes, ma'am, boredom is the true tragedy. May you one day find challenge in conflict. Stupid. Nodon picks up a giant two-armed bastard sword with almost no effort. Valkyrie aside. What is this? X-ray. Stage left. Valkyrie. What strength this janitor possessed? Who is he to pick up a bastard sword with but 2 fingers? What hidden power does he hold? What secrets does he keep? I will endeavor to uncover his past in the hopes that our swords may cross in battle. Exeunt. End of scene. Scene 2. The interior of the governor's house. The table is set with myriad teas and biscuits. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even ask you for the feedback on the first scene. Did you like it?
Jasne, że tak.
Oh, wonderful. I'll continue then. Scene 2. The governess enters from stage left. Governess. I refuse to respond to these absurd accusations. Her husband looks at her quizzically. Governor. And what accusations may those be? Governess. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm ready to get feedback on the play yet. But what about you? What are you up to? Tell Grandma Flexington all about it. I bet you've had some amazing adventures. Mr. Tourga told me about the time you all played bunkers and badasses together. He said it was one of the most fun and welcoming experiences of his life.
Grandpa! You're embarrassing me!
Sorry, sweetie, but really, you and the Vault Hunters are his first real pals. It wasn't easy for Mr. Tourga to make friends at school when he had facial hair at age 8, pecs at 8.5, and dead parents by age 9. People found him intimidating, but I told him that he should be thankful for the fact that he looks different. Anyone who wouldn't be friends with you based on appearance wouldn't be a very good friend anyway. But he really does like hanging out with all of you. Most people these days want Tourga to pose for pictures or blow something up by flexing at it. It's not often he gets to sit down and play games with people. Oh, speaking of games, did you play Going Back to the House yet? It's a new echo simulation about exploring a log cabin you lived in when you were a kid. There's no violence or anything. You just walk around looking at cereal boxes and remembering people you made out with. I really like where Echo Sims have gone in the past few years, don't you? There seem to be a lot more of them with interesting things to do beyond shooting people, and the writing has gotten so tight and concise. For instance, did you ever play The Samurai's Marker? The whole game's story was delivered through haiku. Did Zero write it or something? No, I'm just joshing. I know you're too busy for that. But oh yeah, I was playing at the end of the pointed gun last night on my Echo Sim player, and wow, is that funny. It's about a guy who punches people and smacks himself in the face with doors. Easily one of the best punch-related comedy sims ever. But oh, I'm really looking forward to this game called Robot Hunter Assault Squadron, which is this big randomized survival game about throwing bottles at trees and accidentally scaring birds. In the demo version, I scared a bird so hard it died. 10 out of 10 in my book. But what kind of things do you do for fun? You play any sports? You look like you might be into some of the more extreme stuff, like spine hurdling or psycho head volleyball. I knew an athlete a lot like you when I was younger. Her name was Nijo, and she was especially gifted at the giblet toss. That's an old pastime we had back when I was younger. Idea was you punch a convict, and then see how far you could make their viscera fly across a big field. You got points based on distance and the size of the viscera. She won the final round of the giblet toss championship by getting a left eyeball to cross the 300-meter mark.
As
They
a
said she
military
was
man,
juicing
I'm
with
used to it.
iridium, but I think they were just angry
my
that she
limits.
dethroned the reigning champ, misogynistic Jeff. People really liked him for some reason. Hey, what's your favorite food? Mine's burgers, personally. People look at you like you're a pleb or something when you say you like burgers, but just think of all the things you can do with them. You can change out the patty, play around with the toppings, change what sides you have. You ever have a burger with veggie chips? Gosh, I all but forgot about fries for about a year after I discovered the veggie chip combo. And I'm not a vegetarian or anything, but those veggie patties they make on the more upper class worlds are crazy good. Better than real meat if you cook it right. Mr. Tourga tried to be vegetarian once after he saw a fluff bear get run over by a truck. How long do you last again?
12 seconds!
Barely even finished the word vegetarian before he lunged at a skag chew I was holding in my left hand. Nearly lost a finger. Granted, he's always been partial to skag chews or skag bacon. Don't know why, since I always felt like skags tasted like old tires and vomit. But to each his own. Taste is a funny thing. People say your taste buds get more refined as time goes on, but they actually get worse and worse. So when Mr. Tourga used to refuse vegetables as a kid, it's because he was actually tasting how awful they were. When we old folks eat vegetables, we're only okay with it because we can't taste all the gross vitamins and stuff. Granted, vitamins are what have kept me going for as long as I've been going. You get enough B12 in your system and you can headbutt a freight train without so much as a bruise. That reminds me, I need to get my pills ready for the rest of the week. I have one of those little metal containers split into different sections for each day. It's really helpful. And the sides are sharp enough that I can use it to ward off burglars if I need to. What else do I have to do this week? Probably head to the bazaar, pick up some frozen spider and flanks. Gotta bring my coat though, because it gets kind of chilly in the freezer section. What else do I need? Oh, I need Schwartzman's candy drops. Gosh, those are delicious. They're so smooth and sweet. Just thinking about them, I could go for one right now, couldn't you? Do you think you could go find me one?
Znajdź cukrowe żelki Schwarzmana. Okej. Czyli musiałbym znaleźć gdzieś w tym miejscu jakieś cukierki. Wreszcie wysłuchaliśmy tej historii, która trwa chyba już dobre z 10-12 minut. Także muszę przynieść cukierki, czy tam żelki. Okej, muszę iść znowu drabiną. Dobra. Idę znowu na dół. I lecimy. Znowu.
Let's get to killing, sweetheart.
Won. Frajerze. A, nie na tą broń. Żeby mnie tutaj nie wyrąbały mnie na dół. Mam nadzieję.
That's a Schwartzman candy drop. Grab it for me, will ya? Oh, I can taste it already.
Okej. Czy musiałbym jakoś z góry ją wziąć, prawda? Albo, nie wiem, pokonać tego pluskanią mroźnego ognia? Dobra. O, kolejny Cinder. Wiecie, generalnie albo to przyspieszę tą całą opowieść, albo po prostu zrobię coś takiego jak, nie wiem, rozdziały, bo jest coś takiego na YouTube, rozdziały, że można w opisie dać tam czas, tak? W filmie, no i można tak po prostu, jak wiecie, zrobić, nie? Można tak po prostu jednym machnięciem, czy tam jednym kliknięciem ominąć to wszystko, prawda? Także... Dobra, wracamy tutaj do tej babulci Flexington. Nie wiem, czy ja dobrze idę nawet. Chyba dobrze idę. Dobrze to ja idę? Nie wiem. Chyba tak. Tak, dobrze idę. Dobra. Okej.
Thank you so much! I'll eat this later while sitting by the fireplace telling Mr. Tourg stories of days gone by. There's just nothing like a good roaring fireplace, is there? Something healing and safe. Maybe that's why our family likes explosions so much. They're basically just big fireplaces. Every explosion feels just like coming home. Oh, maybe that'd be a good slogan for the Tour Corporation. Don't you think? High five?
Give it slack!
Oh, don't you? It's a wonderful slogan and you know it. I used to run for a living when I was in my teens. I came up with the jingle for Professor Gunsight's Can't Miss Scopes. How'd it go again? Oh, yeah! If you try to shoot but you miss a lot, then give Professor Gunsight Scopes a shot. Ha! And then they played a gunshot sound effect and someone going, ah! It was cute. I've been talking for a while now, haven't I? Thanks for bringing your friends to listen to an old woman ramble for a while. I can't tell you how great it is to have somebody new to talk to, especially a vault hunter. Oh, and one more thing. No, actually, that could probably wait. Just something about vaults and the end of the universe. Anyway, here. I always spoil my friends, just like I spoiled my grandson.
Okej. A, w nagrodę otrzymuję... RPG, tak? Wyrzucę to i jeszcze to wyrzucę. Albo wezmę. O właśnie. I teraz będę mógł to wziąć. Dobra. Zrobiona misja w końcu. Okej. To tyle, jeżeli chodzi o kolejny dodatek. Tak więc kończymy tutaj odcinek. Dzięki wszystkim za obejrzenie tego odcinka. Na sam koniec zapraszam Was serdecznie do wspierania mojej pasji poprzez SMS, PayPal, PaySafeCard oraz Blik. Zapraszam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie, a ja w tym miejscu zakończę odcinek. Dzięki. Słyszymy się w kolejnym odcinku z gry Borderlands 2 już za tydzień. Na razie i cześć. Jeśli spodobał Ci się mój film, kliknij kciuka w górę, skomentuj film oraz subskrybuj mój kanał. A hejterom życzę palca w dupie. Nara.